Hey guys, what's up? We are HE.R.O Games. I'm Peter, this is Lara.
Hi.
And I'm Rob. I've been successfully impersonating a surgeon for the last couple of years, and I've been designing HE.R.O, the emergency board game for you. And today we're having a full playthrough through the game, showing you the basic mechanics and some superior battle tactics. So I hope you enjoy.
Before we are taking you into the game and show you how movement and everything is working out, we want to show you a bit of the history behind the game. Why are we choosing this theme for our board game? And what's the deal with it? If you already know that or just don't want to know, feel free to skip to the next chapter. We link that for you in the video. So yeah, basically why we choose the hospital theme is Rob is not just part of our team but also a surgeon in real life. And yeah, it's your story, so why don't you just tell it?
Yeah, alright. So like you said, I'm not just a pretty face, I'm also the designer behind the game. Shut up. You got the same face, man. Alright, I'm not just the designer behind the game. I've been working as a surgeon for some 6 years now, 7 years. And what's actually happening in the game is stuff that really happened to me during my first night shift. Once I got to that, I lost track of everything. There was chaos around me. I'm pretty sure at one point the hospital was on fire. I lost track. Where did my patient go? Where's the nurse? And why is everyone asleep of my colleagues while I'm standing there with, a heart attack or something? So I was really overwhelmed with all the stuff that was happening. But the cool is that my learning curve was really steep, and you'll experience the same thing when you're playing HE.R.O. So yeah, cool thing is that most of the stuff that happens in the game really happened to me in real life. So also the diagnosis, like a broken fingernail. I've had somebody come in with a broken fingernail at 3 a.m. waking me up for that. So yeah, it's all based on real life, and all the miniatures, all the personnel and the heroes that you find in the game, they are based on real life friends or acquaintances of mine. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoy my real job and as much as I enjoy that game.
Okay, and as you just said, sometimes there's people with broken fingernails coming at night to the emergency room, so we don't want to tell you what to do, but please just be sensible. Of course, take care of your health, but be sensible with what you...
Put a band-aid on it.
Yeah, with what you... with what you're going to the ER, because the staff and the doctors obviously having a tough time sometimes, especially at night. But now let's just jump into the game and we will show you how everything is set up.
Alright guys, so here's how you do the setup. First, every one of you chooses a hero, takes the card and the corresponding doctor. You all place your doctors in the hallway. This is step 1. Step 2, you chose whether to play a 12-hour night shift or an 8-hour night shift. Don't worry, it's not really hours, it's just rounds. So we'll just put a timer on the 12th hour of the game clock. Next, you give those patient cards a good shuffle, we already did that, and place them on the patient track. Now the next thing is you take the hospital staff cards, give them a good shuffle, and put them on the staff track. Now you take the consultants, there's always 4 in the game, and you place them on the consultant track. Now you give the journals a good shuffle and place them on the journals track. Now you're all set, you can start the game.
Okay guys, Rob showed you the setup of the cards on the board and of the miniatures. And what else we did is that we put tokens into the bowls to have an easy access, and we placed all the other miniatures and staff members next to the board. You can see that some of those are painted minis, which actually will come unpainted. We painted them ourselves. And you also see cardboard standees. Those will not be included. So the game in the end will just be with the miniatures, and the cardboards were just produced for the prototype that you see. Now let's jump into the game. I will be playing as Kenta on the front of the screen. Rob is playing himself. I hope he's not playing with himself, but he's playing himself as Rob on the left. And on the right you will see Lara, who is playing Tyler.
Right.
Lucky we don't see his face.
Right.
If you're wondering why Rob has a squirtle next to his card, that's our own button for the starting player of each turn.
Yeah, we tried to save some money on the prototype, so we didn't produce the starting player button, but all the games, the final games, will include a neat little syringe as the starting player button. So the rulebook states, for some reason, that the guy with the biggest hands will start. Yeah, that ought to be me. So let's show you how the game works. As I'm playing Rob, I start the game and take 2 sleep tokens and put them in my bag. because that's my special ability. I'm always tired.
Tyler doesn't have any special effects that come into effect with the beginning of the game, but I myself, with Kenta, I do have one because I start with a free journal. So I'm just a bit smarter than anyone, and I have cardio fitness number 1. And put that next to my doctor.
All right, now we can start the game. At the first round, there will be a new patient showing up for the beginning of the round. It's a maple syrup disease, and that little timer on the top left corner indicates that we get 2 rounds to treat the patient until he leaves the hospital in one way or another. Now, at the start of each new round, there will be 2 new staff members showing up. In that case, we've got a paramedic and a security. So I'll just take the paramedic, I'll take the security because it's easier to find, and I'll take the paramedic, and I place both of them in the hallway. Now, as my turn starts, there's a new patient showing up for the beginning of my turn. He is choking. He's only got 1 round because he's got a banana stuck in his throat. So now I can do my turn. I spent my first action walking over there, taking the security guard with me. With my second action, I've got 2 physical labor. The security guard got 2 physical labor. We have enough to treat the choking patient. So I'll just remove his card and I'll get myself 2 hero tokens because it indicates on the card. Right now, there's no freeloaders in the room, so there's no laurels to be shared. Now, I still got 1 action left, but I can't do much about the maple syrup disease, so I might just run to the call room, take 1 chaos token, and take the security guard with me, because now nobody else can use him. Now it's up to Lara's turn. For the start of her turn, 1 new patient will show up. This guy's got a slight fever, and you've got 3 rounds to treat that one.
So I want to boost my skills. So I go to the library and take 2 journals.
So she spent her first action walking over there, spends 2 more actions boosting her muscles actually.
Wow, she actually got super muscles and mega muscles.
Yeah.
Now she's just real fit.
So she's Tyler on steroids. There we go, that was Lara's turn, really quick one. Now it's up to Peter. He's getting 1 new patient, and that one is...
Again, the choking one.
Another choking one. So only 1 round left. So unless he treats it, that patient will leave the hospital in one way or another, and all of us will get the indicated amount of chaos tokens.
Okay, so I'm left as the last player in the turn with treating the choking patient because he will leave the emergency room within 1 hour. So I need to get any way to up to 3 physical labor. So what I'm doing now is I take the paramedic with me to the emergency room. He brings me 1. I already get 1, so I will need some more help. Therefore, I will call the security, which gives me 1 chaos because I'm standing in the emergency room and cry help, help, help. And at night, so that's chaos, of course. And then I will be able to treat the choking patient. So I will do that. And now I would be left with 1 more action. So I could either now go back to any place, or I will just be looking out for a new patient, and I will flip the next patient card in the hope that he doesn't die within the next hour.
Yeah, he's got a whiplash, you got some time for that. Alright, so now we played a full round, all of us had their turns. Now some stuff happens at the end of the round. First of all, we advance the timer on the track. Second of all, I pass the starting player button. Third of all, we remove 1 timer from each of those patients. Now, it's a new round, so 1 more patient shows up. It's another whiplash patient with another 4 timer tokens on him. Now we advance the hospital staff track. Those lucky guys only work 3-hour shifts, so we'll slide them down. They only have 2 hours to go, and there will be 2 new ones showing up. The one is a nurse, and the next one is an anesthetist. It's basically the most difficult word for me in the English language. Alright, now we've got that set up. Lara is the new starting player, so for her turn we show another patient will show up. And look at that, it's Rick Astley with dancing fever. Alright, do your stuff.
So now it's my turn. As I'm currently in the library room, I take another journal.
It's action number 1.
Healthcare.
And as I'm Tyler, I can run without getting a chaos. So I take her with me and run into the emergency room.
Yeah, the guy this figure is based on, he's actually a track athlete, so he's really that fast.
And as the maple syrup. We'll leave the
Right.
emergency room soon.
For the maple syrup disease, you would need 6 knowledge of internal medicine. You are currently at 1, you've got a journal with another one, which adds up to 2, you've got the nurse, adds up to 3, and now you need another 3.
So then I will ask Kenta.
Yeah, she will force
Yes.
Kenta into a council. He's got 3 internal medicine as well. So they work together and treat that patient. So we remove that one. It's 5 points for Lara. Usually it would be 2 points for
Twice, please.
Kenta. But he'll get twice the amount because he actually did something and did not only stand around. So there you have it. Action number 1, take a journal. Action number 2, running over there. Action number 3, treating a patient. Well done. Now
Quite
it's
efficient.
up to Peter again, who's playing Kenta. And he got
Jesus.
a men flu. Oh, that's one of the toughest ones in the whole game.
Okay, so now the man flu will put me into a difficult position because it's only treatable within the ICU, as the guide of you know. So in some way I have to put the patient to the ICU or even make the emergency room the ICU, which is possible. So first of all, I will spend an action to run out and get the anesthesia guy. And he has the ability to make it the ICU.
Yeah. You'll receive 1 chaos
So-
for running around.
Because I'm not Tyler, I will actually receive chaos for running, but I'm happy to take that. And I'm also happy to return the favor to Tyler and counsel with him now in order to treat the man flu. The man flu requires 3 skill of internal medicine, which I got myself, so that's fine. But he's also requiring 6 neuro skills. So I got 2, Tyler's got another one, or another 2 actually. So which leaves me with 2 left. But now I will take chaos again. I think I have to sleep a lot later in the game. And I will call the neurologist. She's clever, so she will give me 2 internal medicine and 3 neuro skills. And now we at even 7, so I will be able to treat the man flu. And this now was the second action. Remember, the first action was to run out and get staff member in. Call for help of the consultant is not the action, but treating the patient.
For the men flu, the one treating it will receive 10 points because it's such a serious diagnosis. All the freeloaders would be getting 4. But remember that he called for help, he counseled with Tyler, so he'll receive double the amount, so 8 points for her.
Okay, so now I'm left with 1 action. Unfortunately, I cannot counsel again with Tyler, so I will not be able to treat the dancing fever, but maybe a whiplash.
No, you're not smart enough.
No, I can't treat it easily. 2 physical labor is
you've got
security alone.
right?
2 surgical, I bring 1, but I use the anesthetist to make it an operation room, which will give me another 1, so I'm at 2. I myself got 2 neuro, and the neurologist got 3 neuro skills, so I will heal, the other one.
Oh, yeah, he's short on time. Right.
I'm
So
picky.
how many points will you get?
So I'm getting 7 points,
and
for treating
there's
the
been a
patient.
freeloader in the room.
and Tyler is being a parasite, so he will get 3 freeloader tokens.
There you go.
And that was my third and final action.
All right. Now it's my turn. For my turn, there will be another patient showing up. He's got a bruised pinky, and just a quick explanation. Some of those patients, they offer 2 ways to treat that. For example, the bruised pinky, you can either cure it with 4 physical, so you can pop it back in place, or you can treat it with 4 surgical. You can just chop it off, problem solved, right? 4 timers on that guy. So now I'm already in the call room, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend all my 3 actions on sleeping, which gives me 3 sleep tokens, and there's actually a special rule. If you spend the whole round sleeping, it's much more relaxing than to sleep 50 minutes here, 15 minutes there. You'll get an extra sleep token. So with the 2 sleep tokens that I get for being Rob and those 4 that I have here, I'm already done for the night, and I've got all my stuff.
And now we're already done for this hour. So now we're progressing to the next
So
hour.
the second round is over. We'll move on the timer token on the track. We'll pass on the starting player button. All of those, they lose a bit of their patience or blood or something. So they are closer to leaving the hospital. There will be 1 new patient showing up for the round. We will advance the hospital staff track, so the security and the paramedic, they actually are very close to leaving their night shift. We'll get a retired consultant and the pharmacist. So let's put Muten Roshi over here. Did I just say that?
And
She leaves.
Ali's sitting
And
in the
the other
middle.
one is the pharmacist. He's sitting over there. So those are all the things that happen at the start of the round. Now it's the start of a player's turn. It's Kenta's turn, and we'll get the broken fingernail. There you have it.
Okay, so as I'm Kenta, I'm starting now. And I remember that I did receive a lot of chaos so far. I ran a couple of times, I called for help. So what I'm trying now is just to get patients treated without causing any more chaos. So first off, I'm gonna remove the broken fingernail, or just clip it back on, I don't know.
This will give you one
This
HE.R.O
gives me
token
one and no parasite freeloaders.
none for all the freeloaders.
That's great for me. Then I will be checking in with the nurse and the security to get the bruised pinky back in shape again. So actually I'm the freeloader, even though I'm the doctor who's treating the patient.
This patient will give you 4 tokens and Lara will receive 2.
And I think
So
we're doing the same with the hypoxia. So I will be using my internal medicine skills. I will give him the right pill. And again, I will be using the security and the nurse just to get the glass off his head.
Alright, this will give you 5 points.
So
and 2 points go to Lara.
Those were my 3 actions. I received some points. And for the first time, no chaos.
Yeah, and what you can see right now is one of the basic mechanics of the game, mechanisms of the game. You've got Lara just standing there doing freaking nothing, and she's being rewarded for that. What I learned in that game is that there's nothing more satisfying than to receive benefits, to receive laurels for doing nothing. It's a really cool thing. So my turn starts. There will be a new patient showing up.
Oh, difficult one.
Yeah, he's got a nosebleed, so we've got 4 rounds to treat that one. Remember, the time for each patient is marked with a little stopwatch on the top left corner. So I know that I've slept enough. So what I need is some knowledge. So I'm going to run over there and pick up the retired consultant on the way. I'm going to receive 1 chaos and I spend my first action. With my second action, I'm going to ask that guy for a journal because he's so smart. I receive another heart care. And with my third action, I'm actually trying to get another one and I get even more muscles. So
went to the
over
gym.
there, I went to the gym instead of, went to the gym with Newton Rashi. What a great stuff. So
Time well spent.
I'm already done with my turn again. So it's Lara's turn now. For the new player turn, there will be another man flu. You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, but lucky anesthesis is still
but
there.
the anesthesis is already there. Alright. Lara, your turn.
So first of all, I will run out and get the pharmacist.
Alright. So she's taking her first action to run out and back in. She's not receiving chaos because she's Tyler.
And then I will ask to support me with the slight fever.
Alright, so for the slight fever we need 5 physical, which we easily have between the 2 of us. We need 5 surgical. I've got 2, you can use the pharmacist for another 2, and you've got the anesthetist for another 1, so we're adding up to 5. And for the 3 internal medicine, we easily got them split between us. So this one will not leave the hospital, but instead will reward us. You'll end up with 9 points for treating that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 9. You are there freeloading. You'll get 4 points for that.
Yes, please.
For doing exactly nothing. And as I was an active part of the treatment because I helped, I'll get twice the freeloader reward, which will add up to 8. She's got 1 action left. Let's see how she spends it.
So we've got a retired doctor in the emergency room. So I take a new journal.
Right, there you go. She's improving her surgical skill. That's it for round number 3. So what we're doing now is the same thing that we did before. We slide the timer on to the next round.
Squirtle's using quick attack.
Squirtle
Oh no, he doesn't learn
Squirtle doesn't learn quick
should
attack.
get my facts straight.
Yeah, alright. We're removing timer tokens on each of them. Did you remove one on the man flu? Perfect. Alright, now there's a new patient showing up for the new round who's got a concussion. Maybe he doesn't remember that well. Alright, now these 2 guys, they are done for their shift. So we remove the paramedic and the security. We advance the others. 2 new ones show up, which is a bystander and a radiologist.
There's
Bystander,
the
yeah.
The radiologists are coupled.
Radiologists are over here. Alright, so now it's my turn and we will add another patient who's hyperventilating, as you can clearly see on the card. and we'll add the timer tokens indicated in the top left corner. Now what I need to do is I need to take care of the men flu as long as the anesthetist is still there, because otherwise I would have to move him over to the intensive care unit. So I'm trying to treat that guy with 9 internal and 3 surgical. I've got 2 internal medicine, another one, and here another one. So we'll add up to 4 internal medicine, 5, 6 internal medicine. So I still need 3 more.
Hello.
I could either gamble on a journal, or what I'm going to do is I'm just calling in the big guys. I'm calling in that guy, the cardiologist. I'll receive 2 chaos tokens for that.
You should have just counseled with me.
Yeah, but I don't want to give you any free rewards. So I still got my 3 actions because I only used my call for help. So my first action is to treat the men flu in the ICU all by myself without any help, which will bring me 10 hero points, as you might remember from the first one. And both of you will get 4.
Give me
4.
5 and I'll...
Alright, so I got 2 more actions left, so I'm going to take a journal now. I finally found my first brain. Amazing. And I've got a 3rd action, so I'm going to treat the nosebleed. You know, there's no harm in that. I'll get another hero token for that. That's it for my turn. Now it's Lara again. And she'll receive a broken fingernail. Now keep in mind that those consultants only stay for the round. So what I just did, that as the starting player, you know, with the Squirtle, I called in a cardiologist. Both my opponents will be able to use him as he's still there. He will only leave after Peter's
Opponents, we're co-workers. I beg your pardon.
You know, I've got some experience in the emergency room. Let's just say we're opponents, okay?
So my first action is to get the radiologist and run back in. This is only 1 action. And then I can treat the hyperventilation.
Alright, so you'll get 7 points for that, and both of us will end up with 4. So I'll just put 7 over here, and I'll put 4 over here, and 4 over here. One thing you might have seen through the game is that all the tokens that we receive are immediately placed inside a bag. This adds up to the excitement at the end, because all the tokens are just stored inside the bag and nobody is allowed to take a look inside any bag.
So, and the next patient will be the concussion. And there I ask Kenta for help.
Yes, happy to counsel.
Alright, so you'll end up with 8 points. Kenta will end up with, well, I will end up with 3 points, which means Kenta will end up with 6 points, as he was part of the council, so he'll get twice the points of freeloading. So that was Lara's turn. Now it's up to Peter. He'll get 1 new patient which has hypoglycemia,
Okay.
sugar shock. It's 4 rounds for that guy.
Okay, so now I'm thinking and doing some math, and that's one cool thing that I want to mention now, because you see all the math that we have to do is for the prototype. I have to add all those up in my head. The actual game will be with player tablets with small pins, so you can just put them up and don't have to remember and do the math in your head, but just have a look at your skills, which is, I think, quite a time saver in the end. But for the hyperleukemia, I think I will be able to treat that with the counsel. Do I need a counsel? Yeah, there's no physical force in that. So I will counsel with Tyler, just returning the favor again. So we will get them out. And why I did that first is she's giving me, or treating this patient is giving me back 1 action, because it's a sugar shock, so you know, you're just real fast, real speed. What I will be doing now is I take the retired dog, walk once, walk twice with the retired consultant, and just use his ability to take another journal.
Which is actually a comic book.
Which was actually a comic book, which gives me a pillow token, which was now a complete waste because I'm already in the call room, so I could have just slept instead.
Alright, but once again, we've made it through 4 rounds, so what we're going to do is that we're moving on the tracker, we're
just progress.
removing those. What's happening now that you didn't know before, or that we did not tell you yet, is that the night will get more stressful. So instead of only 1 patient, we will add 2 for the start of the round right now.
Another
So-
pharmacist, please.
We'll just put the timers on those.
Mic-
Jetzt gehen wir dann
microphone. And the security, he's right back there.
Pause. Alright, the last thing that happens is that the consultant leaves at the end of the round and I pass on the starting player's Squirtle. So for now we've done the explaining, now just we're going to show you a bit of the gameplay, fast forward, and in the end the most interesting part of course will show you how the results are measured. Enjoy!
Okay, so now we're done with the final hour. All heroic deed tokens are collected, all chaos has been given, and some of us managed to sleep. So now we're in for checking the results,
Yeah,
I guess.
It's like always, I can tell you that. Once the day shift comes in, the night shift, all of them are asleep, and the emergency room is crowded and full. So what we're doing now is that we'll just remove the patients so that we got a bit more space on the board, and then we'll show you how the results are calculated.
I will send the night shift staff home.
Alright, so now at the end of the game, you are finally allowed to turn around your bag and to look what you collected during the night shift. So all of us will just turn around their satchels. Now, I told you before that sleep is very important, so every one of us has to have at least 6 sleep tokens and put them back into the bowl. We all managed to get enough sleep. Now, we even have some leftover sleep, we slept too much. We're a little bit too lazy. But with that excess sleep, we can neutralize chaos that we earned during the night shift. So I got 5 leftover pillows that I can use to get rid of 5 more sleep.
More than twice.
I have 5 more chaos.
11 leftover pillows. There's my 11 chaos.
All right. Now, after we've discarded the chaos that we can discard with the extra pillows that we collected. Lara, you would never cheat us, right? So that's correct, what you gave me? Oh, yeah, I just trust you on that. Alright, now after we discarded all the excess pillows, we can start counting. First, you would have to count all the chaos that you have left over.
Okay.
And you will discard hero tokens accordingly.
How much chaos is left at Tyler's?
No.
None.
So she will not discard anything.
Okay. Kenta, I myself, I have 4 chaos left. And with the table, I will discard 7 heroic deed tokens.
So I'll just take those 4. And I'll
There's
take
5.
another...
Oh, there's a fifth
yeah. It's like
Oh, damn it.
always.
So
yeah,
it's
right.
10 now, so you just take the next 5.
Cheating Peter as always. Alright, now I've got 10, 15, 17 that I have. So it's 25 plus 140. I will lose 65 points. Well done, Robert. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 65. I actually got 70. Alright, so
Honestly,
there's that.
I think he will just be fired on the spot.
No,
for that.
yeah, I've got some, well, you know what happens. You win some, lose some. Alright, and now we can finally count our hero tokens.
60,
Could you count more obnoxiously?
80, 85.
Moron.
That's 100. So 109 is left for Kenta.
Yeah, you could have counted in silence, I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75 points for me. So I was a bit too high on the chaos track.
Maybe.
Bite you in the hiney.
And Tyler?
Great for me. I've got 125.
100.
Alright, so there you have it. Tyler won the game. Next to him was Kenta. And dead last came in the sleepy surgeon. But I let them win. Yeah, as always. Alright, so that's the
Make yourself
playthrough.
believe that.
That's the playthrough of our game.
We have our winner in the middle. Lara was able to win the game for the first time. Maybe not so much.
Maybe not. But
So tell us, why did you win? What is the strategy and what did you like about this game?
So I think my strategy was clear. I really like to count my chaos and count my sleep. So the balancing is really important.
Yeah, I mean, I came second, so I will speak second. I
First
think
time you came second.
maybe we'll never know. So yeah, I didn't really put a strategy to my task. You saw I managed to accumulate a lot of chaos in the beginning, which I tried to cover with enough sleep. Didn't quite manage to do that, and that was what made me second to Tyler. But why didn't I have a strategy? Because the game is ever changing, you know, with the components of the staff members who come in, it's changing, and you can play it over and over again, and it will be a different game. So I really choose not to have any strategies because it's never turning out as I would plan it. So yeah, that's a big plus for me.
Well, and what I really like about the game is that it's
You
really easy to
invented
learn and hard to master. Unlike the real emergency room, where you're really, it's just an ongoing process. But this game, you only got a few choices that you can make. You can only have so many actions. It's not that much, but to really balance them, like Lara said, and to really make the most of the ever-changing stuff, like Peter said, that's the challenging part of that game, and that really comes through every time you play it. And that's what I like most about the game.
Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the campaign. I hope you will all have a look at our Kickstarter campaign. If there's any questions left, if we didn't cover enough for you that you just want to know, please feel free to contact us or leave a comment in the campaign itself, and we will also always be happy to answer it. Take care.